Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning. It is Saturday morning. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. 65 degrees outside. Here in Texas, we're not going to get many more days like that. Pretty soon it'll be 80s and 90s before the sun even comes up. So I am enjoying it. Let's do a verse. Psalms chapter 95, verse 8. Harden not your heart as in the provocation, and as in the day of temptation in the wilderness. Harden not your heart as the Jews of old did, back when they were wandering in the wilderness. Back when they were fully and solely and 100% dependent on God. And God never failed them. He never failed them. They never went without, but they worried. They worried in their hearts that they were going to. God never let them suffer, or never let them have to worry. And yet they did. In their hearts, doubt was created and worry, and next thing you know, they're literally looking at a physical representation of God. During the day, smoke leading the tribe, and at night, a pillar of fire. And they still allow themselves to allow their belief to wane. And they began to doubt and complain and worry and gripe. And so, God did what God does. He showed them the error and the folly of their ways. And they had to suffer. They had to suffer, but it was by their own choice. It was by their own free will. Had they just listened and believed in God, they would have never gone through any strife or any pain or anything. But see, that's what we do now. God sets out a path for us and we start following it. And we start questioning it. We start questioning God. We start questioning if we shouldn't go this way or that way. If this path is the fastest or the best or the greatest. And so we take the rocky path, the path full of jagged rocks and pitfalls and vipers. And eventually, if we turn to God, He leads us back to the straight path. But how much suffering, pain do we have to go through? Where a suffering and a pain that we are the authors of. Well, a lot of people say, why does God let bad things happen? God gave us an incredible gift, and it is free will. And there is much good that comes from free will and much bad. In fact, you could say just about every bad thing that's ever happened in this world as a result of free will. But you could also say that there is much good that has come as a result of free will. And that is a gift that God has given because He doesn't want slaves. He doesn't want slaves. He wants us to choose Him. He wants us to choose to follow Him. He wants our hearts to be devoted to Him. And so, because He wants His followers to want to follow Him, He also has to allow for those that don't. Those of us that want to follow, we try to keep His commandments, which is the two most important: love God first and most. With all our heart, all our mind, all our soul, all our spirit, all our strength, everything. He is to be loved first and most. And secondly, love everyone else as God loves us. But those that aren't following Him, that aren't seeking Him, they have their own set of rules. And that's where all the bad comes from. Think about it. Think of all the toxins in the world, all the trash in the oceans. And I'm not a globalist or anything, but all of the stuff in our food, processed meat, all of the salmonella and all the recalls and every bad thing. Everything that eventually kills us, all the negative side effects of all the drugs that we think of all that. Now, if every single person in this world loved every other person in this world as God loves us, would there be any of that? Would human beings create things knowing that it could hurt others? Would there be any of that? No. There wouldn't be any negative side effects. There wouldn't, without everyone knowing. There wouldn't be toxins and sicknesses. There wouldn't be, all of the stuff that there is. Would people still die? Yeah, because we're flesh and blood. Yeah, we'd still die on this earth. But our spirits would ascend to heaven, and the whole world would be saved. The whole world. Instead of just a small portion of us that know the truth. God bless you.